the LERIG CONCLAVE 2024. We'll be proceeding with the panel discussion now, which is the future of leather and footwear sector. This session will be moderated by Shri Rajiv Singh Thakur, IAS and Additional Secretary of DPIIT.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. And we have the panelists, which are Shri R.K. Jalan, Chairman of Council of Leather Exports. And we have Shri R. Juneja, who is the Vice Chairman of CLE, joining online with us. And we have Shri M. Vishwanathan, representative from the LWG, and Shri Saket Kulkarni, the Manager of South Asia AZTHC, and Shri M. Jahan, Honorary Secretary of IFML MEA, and our Director, Dr. K.J. Sriram. May I request the panelists to grace the dais, please? Thank you, sirs. And may I also request Shri Rajiv Singh Thakurji to moderate the session, please.
Yeah, good morning all, and I'm happy to moderate the session on future of leather and footwear sector. And I also welcome my co-panelists there who are attending from Chennai and also maybe in the online mode. So you all are experts and you are working in the field. I am also looking into this sector for last some time. So based on my experience, especially it is happening in Chennai, Tamil Nadu has done something really good. And also traditionally, it has been an exports hub as far as leather products are concerned. Also, for non-leather, lots of Taiwanese companies are coming in a big way in Tamil Nadu, and they are working as a contract manufacturers for major leading global brands, which is a matter of pride for us, also generating employment opportunities. So future looks bright in the sense that firstly some data, if you see that our per capita consumption of footwear in India, it is much below the global average of 3. We are somewhere around 2 or maybe less than that. So the gap between 2 to 3 looks very small on a cursory glance, but when you see the population of 140 crores, even if half a pair, theoretically, if you see, it rises, so per year, per person, so that will need at least 70 crore more footwears. So that is the sort of domestic consumption requirement we have. And as we rise in our per capita income from about $30 at present to catch up with the other mid-level economies. So textile and footwear, these are the two sectors, especially footwear, where we're talking today. Clearly, it is going to grow leaps and bounds. Also, with the response of lots of global brands now starting manufacturing from India, it clearly shows that the potential is there, and now the big players are also coming with large investments in India. So this is about footwear. Leather, obviously, Chennai and around in Tamil Nadu, we have been seeing in the last more than 100 years the amount of growth which has taken place, especially in the exports. And again, collaboration with global brands is there. I've been also able to see some of those factories and export-oriented units manufacturing leather products. So that clearly shows a very positive trend. And wherever the policy support is required from the government, states or central government, it is forthcoming, especially in the southern states of Tamil Nadu and other places, where, especially Tamil Nadu, the government has been proactive. Also, central government, wherever needed, will chip in. And this IFLD scheme is there for long. And support to central effluent treatment plants also is an ongoing activity which primarily helps the Tamil Nadu CTP, especially near Ranipet, Ambur and that area, which is doing a wonderful job. So all in all, I see a huge potential. And for the opening remarks, I think I'll stop here and then maybe I'll intervene later on. Thank you so much.
Sir, thanks for setting the context for the meeting this morning. Am I audible? Yeah. So thanks for thanks for setting the context for the meeting this morning. As you rightly pointed out, sir, we are at the right time and talking about the right industry, because this being a labor-intensive industry, and the world is looking at India as the next factory of the world. Means the globally, they are looking at us as the next factory. And there are not many places to go other than coming to India at this time. We had our research council meeting, which is the board of the CLRI, yesterday. And the total focus was towards the sustainability. Because if we have to showcase our country in a good, as a good image to the world, what our Prime Minister has said, that we have to become a carbon neutral by 2070, this industry has to play an important role. And we have to start working from now and tell the world that we are ready for carbon neutral processes, carbon neutral products. And I am really happy to inform you the scientists here have been working on carbon, to assess the carbon footprint from gate in to gate out. We had a very good discussion yesterday. Means what that means is, when anything comes into the factory and goes out of the factory, means the end product which leaves the factory, they will be able to tell you, or they're developing a software which can tell that what kind of a carbon is involved in this. And then the next step will be, suppose we have a solar power units, we have the green cover, then they can also say that if we are carbon neutral or we are carbon negative, or how much we are carbon positive. So that would also help, because the next thing which is going to come from the world is that these sustainability things are going to work as a non-tariff barrier. You know, Germans have already started. They are talking about, it is not coming on the leather industry yet, but they are talking about the deforestation thing, which has been extended up to 31st of December 2025. It may be extended for another 1 year, but we have to be in line for that. So we are working on that. We are working on also, the CLRI is also working on to assess the carbon in the CETP processes, because that's also a major chunk where a lot of electricity goes into the processing of the effluents. So they are working towards that. But sir, industry is ready to take those challenges. And with the support of the government, wherever is available, we definitely can grow at a very fast pace. The need for the footwear policy, I guess this whole idea came from the Council for Leather Exports, when all the states, especially the state of Tamil Nadu and Bihar and Maharashtra, they had their individual policies about the footwear or leather. So we thought about having rather an umbrella policy of the leather, and tell all the positives, what we are doing and what we are capable to do in the very short term and in the long term. So with this will be a kind of a Bible for the overseas investors and also for our own people. As you rightly said, sir, even if the half pair consumption goes up, we will need 700 million. If it goes up by 1, it will be 1.4 billion pairs. So we need additional capacities, and we need to also build up the brands. We cannot just be the contract manufacturer forever. So with these words, I pass on to Mr. Kulkarni to say a few words.
Good morning, and first of all, thank you CLRI for inviting me here for this panel discussion. As sir has rightly mentioned, I think this is the right time for initiating the different sustainability initiatives. I'm representing an organization called as a ZDSC, Zero Discharge of Hazardous Chemicals, and our entire focus mainly upon sustainable chemical management. And if we see the textile industry or the leather industry or even the apparel industry, the chemicals are the biggest part. The chemicals are, there are so many chemicals are being used by the entire processing part, and that is why the focus is clearly there. And if we see the regulations, mainly the European regulations, if we see the CSRD, Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, CS-CCC, Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, ESRS. So all these regulations are coming into the picture. These are the mandatory requirements, and if our industry, if we are seeing from an export-oriented perspective, and specifically from the European perspective, if our suppliers, the manufacturers, they want to export into this European Union, then definitely we need to adhere these standards. One more thing I would like to bring to the notice, maybe you have read a few days back, there was a news from Ministry of Textiles that Textile Ministry is also coming up with some kind of sustainability framework because all these different countries, US, Europe, or other parts of the world, the sustainability initiatives are very important, and taking care about the trade. So that is why all these initiatives are very much important. So I think this is the right time, and CLRI, with the help of CLRI and CLE, maybe we can work together to support the leather industry and the footwear industry. Thank you.
Additional Secretary, DP IIT, Chairman CLE, my panelist, scientists, participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I'm happy to share my views on the future of leather industry, future of leather and footwear sector. I come from an organization called Leather Working Group. Although I'm not directly employed there, I'm one of the approved Leather Working Group auditor. Leather Working Group may not require much of introduction to you because it's been very prevalent in the industry here. And not only me, I am supported by one of my colleague, Mr. Balaji. He is also another Leather Working Group auditor, who is currently not here today because of his other additional work. And apart from that, we have almost 300 facilities certified by Leather Working Group, who are all members of LWG. Leather Working Group is making good progress on the sustainability aspects. I can say today almost 2,100 facilities, companies are certified by Leather Working Group, and more than 600 brands and retailers are members. The tanneries who are certified, they become a member of Leather Working Group, and the brands and retailers and some of the suppliers, they become a subscription member to Leather Working Group. And in the previous speaker spoke about the sustainability aspects. So the standards developed by Leather Working Group, it is our international level. It is applicable to all the countries. And initially it started for the environmental aspects, but now it has been extended beyond the environmental to safety, health and safety, and traceability, chemical management, and also the housekeeping in production facilities. I've been working for this environment-related aspects of the leather industry for last 25 years. So my focus today will be is on the sustainability. Also, the previous speakers spoke about it. The brands and the consumers, they require products which are sustainably produced and socially acceptable factories. I wanted to say one survey conducted in Germany. It was conducted about 2,000 public participated. They showed a shoe, and then the basic price of the shoe is, well, it was 98 euros. And then if the same shoe is supplied from environmentally friendly tannery process and socially acceptable factories, how much the consumer would like to pay. So the consumer, the average price was 143 euros, from 98 to 143 euros. And the same shoe with the same people, if the leather is produced from traceable materials, you can find out the factory which is being produced the shoe and where the leather is produced and where the leather is sourced, the origin of the material. So if all these are possible, the consumer is willing to pay to 168 euros for the same shoe. That is the level of awareness among the consumers in the European continent. So why I am saying this, the consumers, the buyers do not require only the product with the quality and price and the delivery time. So the buyers, the consumers are requiring much more. The product should be produced in environmentally acceptable factories and socially acceptable factories. This is what the consumers are looking at. So some of the newer requirements, if you see, already Mr. Jalan sir mentioned about it. Consumers are asking for carbon footprint. Their buyers are asking the tanneries now, what is the carbon footprint of your leather per square meter? Already it is happening, and our industry is somehow calculating. That is one of the requirement. And then the consumers are also asking for the traceability requirement, where the leather is produced and where the animal origin is there. And some of the customers even ask from the farm level. From the farm level traceability, consumers are asking. This is the additional requirement. And not only that, even the companies are coming more. Some of the new requirements is the life cycle aspects of the leather. That is also the consumers are asking. Many companies are going forward it. They are employing different agencies to find out the life cycle aspects, the results of life cycle of the product. So these are the newer requirements which the industry is moving forward. So if we want to see the future of the leather and the footwear, we need to align our directions to these new requirements. And mostly these are all voluntary requirements. Apart from voluntary requirements, there are also some newer regulations are coming up in Europe. I'm talking Europe mostly because most of the leather products from here is ending up in European continent. So I'm focusing on Europe now. So one of the new requirement which has been coming next year would be the deforestation regulation. Many of us know about it. This has been extended for 1 year. But now, what I wanted to say here, in India, there is no deforestation, but we have afforestation. According to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, India has increased the forest cover by 12%. in the last 30 years. So this is the very important point which the industry need to convey to our customers, our buyers, that leather from India, traceable leather from India, can be safely mentioned as deforestation-free leather. So our directions is not only making our production process, but we also needs the information sharing or the communication to the customers. This is an important topic. There is also, I wanted to say two other regulations which are coming up in the future, in the near future. One is the sustainability reporting. Saket also mentioned about it. This has been already there. It is not coming up, it's already has come. The first reporting is going to come next year. So the reporting period will be 2024. The 2024 sustainability results of the large companies, listed companies, have to declare it from their side. So for them to declare, we need to provide because we are the manufacturers, so we need to provide the sustainability factors, what has been taken and what we are going to take. So this needs to be conveyed to our customers. And this is already for that reason only the companies are now asking for life cycle data, carbon data. So these are the things are already happening. So our industry need to be aligned on this. And this is a part of the larger regulation coming up Europe, which is called the European Green Deal. There are several regulations under European Green Deal. One is that sustainable reporting. And I wanted to take another one important to us, which currently not applicable, but in the future it may be extended to the leather and footwear sector, which is called Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, CBAM. The European continent want to be the forerunner in the carbon emission and global warming area. So what they are proposing to impose a carbon price for the products manufactured in India. So when the carbon price is introduced for the products in India, in Europe, it is likely that products manufactured outside the European continent will not have that carbon price. So there could be carbon leakage. That means the products may be manufactured outside EU and which is coming inside the European market. So for the products manufactured outside also, there will be a carbon price that is called the CBAM provides. So currently it is not applicable for leather products, but it is likely to be extended to textile, or if it is extended to textiles, then footwear could be part of it. So these are the new regulations which are coming up. And why I'm saying this, we need to align our practices, our production methods to these regulations. And not only that, there are two other directives which are in the discussion, which is the Green Claim Directive and Greenwashing Directive. So this talks about the companies, if they want to make a claim on this is an environmentally friendly leather, so there needs to be the manufacturer or the operator who is selling this product in Europe has to justify for these green claims. So unless our industry is aligned to these requirements, then the future could be a threat. So these are some of the points which I wanted to convey to you for this in this forum. And also this leather working group is interested in participating in these activities. There is not much of the participation from the industry side to the leather working group. In the last week, LWG has mentioned that they are open for the participation, comments, ideas, and new methods from Indian industry, and they are willing to undertake this. So, with these words, I thank Director CLRI and the organizers for giving the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Sir, with the permission of Additional Secretary, may I, sir, if you allow that, I see my Vice Chairman, Mr. Ramesh Juneja, has joined online. So, would like to give him an opportunity and listen to him, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay. Ramesh ji, are you online?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Rajiv Thakur ji, IS, that Jalan Chairman, KJs, CSIR-CLRI, and Mr. Salwan from Executive Director, government officials, and from the industry, very good to all. I take this opportunity to congratulate the team of CSRI for their contribution to the growth and development of the leather sector. Last financial year, the leather sector is...
Sir, there is a lot of echo. There is a lot of echo, I think, in from wherever you are talking.
Yeah? Hello?
Yes. Go ahead, sir, go ahead.
Yes. The sector has been hit due to various geopolitical reasons, and we are hopeful that the industry will show strong recovery once the situation stabilizes. Our exports have gone down by 0.21% last year, but this year we cover and we will have the growth. Our industry will have the growth rate. The industry is also starting to move to develop indigenous brands from the current manufacturing model. This will lead from the growth of the sector. The industry is also enhancing their investments towards modernization and capacity due to optimistic of strong growth in the next 4 years, trying to export the industry highly optimistic about the growth outlook of the domestic footwear industry. The estimated turnover of the domestic footwear industry is 12 billion. With the increased population and rise of disposable incomes, the footwear is increasing on an annual basis. Manufacturers of domestic footwear are increasing their capacity. Some of the players, manufacturing units in the country, to cater to the pricing. I would also like to mention that consumer versus some change, and we are witnessing the rise of certain material, the box and the combination of other materials that both the food and fashion activities are also trying to cope the choice. Accordingly, they are put portfolio. I would appeal to the scientists to look into the aspect. I'm that the CSIR-CLRI is organizing this year's annual leather research university government LERIG, CONCLAVE 2024. I'm sure that the 2-day programs will provide valuable inputs towards the technological advancements, research and development, which will help in formulating the draft national policy for the leather and leather footwear sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Rameshji. Sir, with your permission, I have got also one more panelist, Mr. Jahan, here next to me. If you, sir.
Sure.
Thakur, sir.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I,
Sure.
because I think you have a limited time, so we'll just listen to him and then we will take it forward. Okay, sir? Sir?
Sure. Please
okay,
go
thank you, sir.
Respected Sri Raju Singh Thakurji, Additional Secretary, DPP, IIT, our Chairman Rajendra Kumar Jalanji, and members of CLRI faculties. It's an honor for me to be here. We can take in the future of future of leather and footwear industry. We have two things. First, it's an export, and secondly, a domestic sales. For the first export, sir, nowadays all the clients, all the buyers from Europe and also from America are expecting a traceability of their raw material. They wanted all the raw material to be traced from the origin. So India, unfortunately, doesn't have a farmhouse sort of a thing where you can trace the animals. So to cope up with this, we have come out, IFILMIA, Indian Finished Leather Export Manufacturing Association, has come out with a software which can help and solve this problem. The portal name is called GeoTrace. This GeoTrace allows the tanners to finished product manufacturer to trace the material and put it in a platform where it can be traced and given to the customers also. For example, a tanner will not be a finished product manufacturer. The link is missing. It is a manual work which is very hard to certify that this product is coming from this particular animal. So we have come with as a solution, we have come with a GeoTrace, a portal which can help them resolve this problem and trace the material back from the which area. This is linked with the GST billing from the raw to the finished product. So this is we are working on this and we are improving on the portal, sir. And second point, EUDR. EUDR is a European Union deforestation regulation. This is going to be a little problematic subject for us because the traceability has to be addressed in accordance with the EUDR. Because today, India, we cannot say, we don't have a tool to say that this material is not coming from so-and-so area which is not deforested. So this GeoTrace can help also, we can include GeoTrace in accordance to the European Union, we can help this, we can take this GeoTrace to the address also the EUDR regulation. Luckily for us, it has been deferred for 1 year. We can work on this and we can do this. For the local domestic industries, as an industry, we would like to, we wanted CLRI to help us in recognizing the product which is going into the market as shoes or bag to be having a leather mark so that the consumer knows this is a leather product, because a lot of synthetics are coming in and the consumer as such doesn't know what is leather and it's not leather. So we need to find, we need a CLRI's help to identify and sell this as a leather mark. They can provide with a leather mark for the product which is coming out of leather in the domestic market. This will help the industry, sir. So this is the request what the finished leather manufacturer is putting forth with you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jahan. Sir, just to add what Mr. Jahan has said, as far as the leather mark is concerned, yesterday in our research council meeting, we have decided that CLRI is going to introduce immediately a leather mark in our country. And that would be an improvisation of what LWG Leather Working Group is doing. So that will be our indigenous leather mark. Initially, this will only identify whether it is a leather or a non-leather, and we will have a QR code also, sir. So that will say that what kind of a processing it has gone through. So this is in place. And also when we talk about sustainability, the scientists here at CLRI are not only working only on leather, but also on the non-leather products. All the non-leather products will also come under the ambit of the sustainability. Maybe initially the life cycle may be more, but still we will have this sorted out. So the non-leather production coming out of India is also sustainable. So with these words, sir, I hand it over to you for your remarks, sir, to Additional Secretary, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jalan and all the panelists for very insightful remarks. And you're right that sustainability and other issues, especially related to this continuing with our zero discharge thing and zero traceability and whatever we are using, not zero traceability might be the wrong word, but the traceability of the inputs and raw materials so that our buyers are satisfied globally that what we are using. Also domestically now awareness is increasing. So even our domestic consumers are becoming conscious and maybe they are willing to pay more also. So that's a very good suggestion. Also this matter of EUDR is now under discussion for long. And I think we need to approach such measures which are credible and which give confidence to our buyers, especially when we talk about our exports of leather. Also, leather mark, the CLRI is now preparing to do. I would request them to also be in touch with BIS, which is Bureau of Indian Standards. Obviously, at this moment, we are not thinking about any standards, but since BIS also has a lot of experience, so maybe they can assist us in determining the measures to be taken to ascertain whether the product is leather or non-leather. So you can have a look at that. Also, on the leather mark, I have to say that shouldn't add to compliance burden. So you should be watchful of this. So maybe industry itself is coming up with this idea of leather mark, but you should yourself not fall into the trap and tie yourself in a situation where in future you think that you may confront a situation where another compliance is there in terms of leather mark. So you have to be watchful on that. But I agree with this that if you are happy with this idea and more credibility it gives to the leather exports, it's a welcome idea, and gradually, as you're saying, non-leather products can also be. Another topic on which much discussion was not there today because I didn't mention it earlier is that I think briefly Chairman CE mentioned, Mr. Jalan, about a proposed national policy for leather and non-leather footwear. So more or less we've created a draft. Now the consultation process will start. So I would request all of you to give your comments very critically and liberally so that based on the experience of various states like Tamil Nadu, Bihar and other states which have brought their leather footwear policy, now we want to give national level framework so that all the states and UTs can benefit and our domestic consumption and exports can increase. So it will shortly come into the public domain. I request all of you to give your inputs because as all of us are talking that there is a huge potential for exports but we are not able to achieve. So we are trying to bring some policy interventions so that with the help of all the stakeholders, so that the sector benefits. So I would stop here at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. And we definitely will take, sir, this leather policy thing, national leather policy thing forward. Once this is in the public domain, we have already, you have done a lot of consultation on this subject. And sir, one good news as director is not here. He shared with me this morning, Director CLRI, he got a call from Shobha Builders out of UAE this morning, and they wanted to recruit. They are very big builders. They are making some buildings or some apartments here in the south, but they are very big in the Gulf area. So now what they want that they are going to give them the furnished apartments, and that too with the furniture. And also CLRI has developed a technology where they can have a leather kind of a wallpaper. So they called CLRI director to recruit some students from here, and they have already recruited somebody from ARS Sotoria, that is Italian Institute, to make furnitures in Thailand and get the leathers from India. So, sir, lot is happening, and on the export front, After a long time, the first 6 months results are little bit in the positive side. We are only 0.14% up, but we are up, sir. So the trend is getting better, and we will definitely take it forward. We'll do everything possible. The industry is committed to take the business forward. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We thank the speakers for joining online and offline with us for the insightful contributions and perspectives. May I request Dr. P. Tanigavelan, Chief Scientist at CSIR-CLRI, to thank the speakers and summarize the session, please.
Good morning to all the panel members and the chairman of the session, Mr. Thakur, Additional Secretary, DPIIT. And it is my pleasure to summarize the outcome of this session on behalf of our director. The future of leather and footwear sector is this session, and the panel members already provided their inputs. In a way, our ambitious target of more than $40 billion by another 25 years target, it is very ambitious, and I believe the efforts made through the government, through IFLEDP scheme, where generous funding is offered for the tanners to increase their production capacity, and the upgradation of technology, upgradation of CETPs, and also coupled with training and including the institutional facility improvement. So we would be able to cater the needs of the achieving this target. And in terms of R&D, from our institute side, we are already working towards the R&D needs of both leather as well as non-leather sector, sir. Some of these points already shared by our Jalan sir already, but still I would like to put forward some more points. As Mr. Jahan said, there is an effort to put up the traceability through some kind of a software where it can be utilized by tanners to integrate their data. So we are also working towards, in terms of the carbon footprint calculations, where we successfully now developed the software, and very soon it will be rolled out. And we already taken some 2-3 samples of data from different tanneries, and then we are evaluating and validating to find out the carbon footprint. And of course, that will be the future, because most of the brands already demanding about the carbon footprint calculation to inbuilt, so that whether are we going towards at least carbon neutral. So that is the demand, and we hope another few months' time we should be able to roll out that software so that it will be benefiting to the tanners. And another aspect of the future in terms of sustainability is the water usage and wastewater treatment. In terms of water reduction, we already developed some few technologies for tanning, like chrome tanning, and also now we are looking at developing the low water system, specifically in the case of the pre-tanning, that is liming, and also in the case of post-tanning, we are working on it. And again, that will be the demand for the future to make the industry sustainable. And in terms of solid waste utilization, again, we are working very close with the industry. And recently, we have been able to successfully give technologies for utilization of chrome shavings. And another technology recently we have rolled out is taking the buffing dust or the vegetable tan waste also, and then converting into yarns. And then we are blending with cotton and then making it as a fabric. So those kind of technologies also will solve the problems of solid waste. And with these, definitely we can account for the positive carbon rather than the negative carbon. So that is most of the R&D efforts from the CSIR-CLRI. And with reference to footwear sector, we knew that the leather is only a part of the overall the export and the local domestic usage. And more than 80% is the non-leather. So now the institute is focusing more on non-leather footwear area as well. And we initiated a couple of projects. Possibly we will discuss in the next session where it is focusing on non-leather footwear materials. So with these summary, I thank all the panel members for coming from different area, from regulatory and the industry side and the association side, and further our government sector, that is DPIIT. We thank all the panel members for contributing to this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, very quickly, sir, before you leave, I want to take your permission. We want to open the floor for the discussions, but you can leave, sir, because you have allowed us only 1 hour. Okay. So with your permission, just want to leave the floor open for any question answers. Okay.
Sure, please.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So now the floor is open. Shakila, you can just take it.
Yeah. Any questions for the panelists?
Good morning. My name is Chandrasekharan. This is more an observation and certain kind of additional inputs. All along, as a sector, all along, we, though as a sector, we are looking towards export, and many often, at least say 10 or 15 years before, we probably fail to recognize there is an equal opportunity at the domestic as well. Right now, of course, now we have been awakened about that, because when we look at the employability and so many other aspects of social aspects for the sector, we cannot forget the domestic sector as well, which is equally important in terms of volume-wise and other things. Apart from that, in the last 10 years, we are now trying to give more focus towards other materials as well. In fact, many of the panelists for the years now in the recent past have been talking about leather is one of the material, and we are definitely looking towards that. Of course, the future is going to be for all the materials put together, whether it is textiles or woven or non-woven, any of those materials. Not to forget here, there is also an equally important aspect of we cannot afford to miss now the whole lifestyle accessories. In fact, our chairman for CLE was mentioning about the builder coming here and trying to look at certain things. In fact, we must expand now. The sector has to look to integrate ourselves, the leather and the other components part of it, to lifestyle and accessories sector. In fact, if you really want to integrate this, then it's becoming a much larger gambit in which, we cannot work in isolation. Probably we may have to look at the holistically, the lifestyle accessories and how that sector moves, and we should probably align towards that so that we don't miss and we don't repeat what we did, say 10 or 15 years back, and that is what I thought I would like to mention about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. I think you are absolutely right. That's the guidance to the industry. But I must share with you, there is a GTRI report, Global Trade Research Initiative, which is a Georgia Tech forum on the 7th of January 2024, which says in India, at this time, 75%, I'm talking footwear, 75% of the footwear is of leather, means what's being used, and 25% is non-leather. And what they are saying, by 2030, this whole thing is going to reverse. 75% will be non-leather and 25% will be leather, only leather. So that's a big difference, and they have given a lot of reasons. I'm not going to elaborate on the reasons at this point, but you are absolutely right, and that's the reason. If you will see, when you were the director of the CLRI, we were only talking about leather, and you were there yesterday. We were talking about everything, but very little about the leather. So we are definitely concentrating on the lifestyle products and non-leather. The reason I know in saddlery, now only 30% of the saddlery is leather. 60-70% is all non-leather. In the footwear also, though whatever the joint ventures are coming in this state, they are all non-leather. There is nothing leather. So this is, the whole perception has changed. Though this gentleman, whom director was mentioning this morning, he said he is going to only concentrate on leather. But that's good. You know, at least somebody is working on leather. But, you know, people at large will use non-leather because of various reasons and because of various designs which has come. We need to work a lot on towards the design area also. We have to make our leather shoes or bags or lifestyle products more affordable and more comfortable. So that's one of all the inventions and all the research has to be also cost effective. So this, we are in line with, as an industry, I can tell you that we are in line what you are saying, sir. Thank you.
My name is Chandramouli. I retired from CLRI. I hope I am audible. I am happy that this particular session is focused on futurology. Once we say futurology, it must be a wide open area. As long as we survive, we need the animals. As long as animals are there, we consume milk and meat. As long as the meat and milk are consumed, meat and meats are consumed, then we get hides and skins. Why we should think of only hides and skins for the use of leather? Why not we think of hides and skins for various other purposes, like a biological material, number of biological applications probably through research possible. So why should we confine our thinking only hides and skins are suitable only for converting it to leather and leather products? Because the leather is under stress. There is a lot of pressure in the leather sector. As you said rightly, the leather consumption is likely to go down. I think it is a time that probably CLRI and other research organizations should think of what else we can think of, what products that we could make from the hides and skins, excellent natural materials, excellent biological materials. In the same way, why should we confine ourselves that leather is only suitable for known uses of footwear, leather goods and garments? Why not we think of leather, identifying the leather for various other uses? I think these are the areas we need to focus for the future research. Thank you.
Sir, already for the protein, leather, the second leathers, we are working on protein for intake. So it's a protein material, which leather is not suitable for the footwear due to selection and the quality of the material. It is going for some protein intakes and also for feed industries. And second point, leather, sir, unfortunately, this demand and supply cannot match. It's a natural product, it's a byproduct, first of all. You want all the shoes to be made in leather, you're not going to get that much of leather. The rise in population, the demand, so it's not going to match. So leather industry is going to go according to supply and demand ratio only. It is not going to have, you cannot have 2 lakh pieces immediately, means you cannot have. Available 1 lakh means it's 1 lakh pieces only. So demand supply will not match. So synthetic will be there, will have to fill the gaps. That is how we are looking into it, sir. We are also improving our technologies, lot of technologies. Being a sustainable material, the best sustainable material is leather. It's a natural material, natural fiber. You look into that at that point. And we are also working, sir, as an industry, we are also working for the other things. From shaving waste, we are trying to make protein syntans for utilizing in leather itself, or it can also be converted into a edible thing in the future. We are already, CLR is also, we had a talk with Mr. Arvindan last time. We are also trying to find out some solutions on that.
that probably answers. And I have been told also just to add what he has said, that now raw hides are being exported to Cambodia and Thailand only for the medicinal purposes, like what he has suggested. And we also, a lot of pet products are being made now of the leather. It's not only going for the footwear or bags or things, but a lot of pet products. It's become a very big business. The pet products have become a very big business. So, and I think I was in the presentations yesterday of the RC. I think CLRI is doing a good job towards taking out the collagen from the hides and converting it into some commercial products, sir. So you are right, sir. We have to look at some other areas also, and as the leather consumption goes down, and he has rightly pointed out that we are working a lot towards different avenues. Thank you. Anything else, sir?
Sir, this is Swarnalata from CLRI. Sir, my question is for Mr. Vishwanathan. Sir, you were talking about how the sustainability measures they are taking for the European Union. So can you throw some insights on the CBAM, that is you are talking about the carbon-based mechanism adjustment, carbon border adjustment mechanism. So how it will be that the trade tool will be operated, or any insights you can give on that?
Thank you for asking this question. As I mentioned, at the moment, the carbon border adjustment mechanism is not applicable for leather sector. It is available for only the high energy intensive industrial sectors like cement, fertilizer, chemicals, and also import of electricity into European Union, plus one or two other sectors also. How this will be, how they will, at the moment, this mechanism is under the transition period. So these industrial sectors, they need to, on an annual basis, they need to upload their information. So much is the carbon emission in their operations. And for that, they will have to buy the certificate. That means they need, that is equal to, that is what called as the carbon price. So they have to pay the carbon price to get the certificate. If the same product is imported from other countries, so they need to buy this certificate from this, which is already available. Equivalent amount of certificate they need to buy, and the buying amount is the carbon price. So this is mainly to avoid the carbon leakage from the European Union. For example, if the European Union says that this is the carbon price for this product, and then it is likely that the production may be done in the other countries, and then comes to European market. So in that case, what happens, the carbon is leaking in the other countries. So the European Union wants to be the forerunner, and then impose this carbon price. At the moment, this is still in the transition. This will come into effect from 2026. It is already in effect. From 24 to 25 will be the transition period. So there is no price at the moment, but these sectors have to upload their upload their emissions and get the certificates. So basically, in broad line, this is how it's working. It's still not to textile or leather sector. The expectation that if the textile is included, it may extend to the leather footwear sector also. I hope I answered. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sunil. Today I joined here in CLRI for executive program in leather goods and manufacturing. So just giving a background, like I have worked in IT industry more than 14 years, starting from TCS, ATS, Wipro, and Dell, Flipkart, InMobi. As an engineering manager, just like 6 months back, I took a career break and wanted to explore the like leather goods. But I found one thing, there is a huge gap because India is exporting right now around 5 billions of the raw hide, whereas 90% of the leather shoes and everything was consumed by India itself. I totally agree with Mr. Jalan sir, like we need 1.4 billions of pair of shoes and everything. But do we really know whether we are really creating for the domestic product as well as the traceability? Even though right now I'm wearing a belt which doesn't have anything information, we do lack like Wikipedia. Most of the information over the internet about the leathers, all from the US or the UK or like mostly Spain. So those information will be written by them itself. We understand that, okay, right now we are developing, but right now the thing is mostly we wanted to do like some of guys like entrepreneur, like young entrepreneur if comes, like I have seen that in IT when the young entrepreneur joined, they're giving the competition Google's, Microsoft or the other guys. So what we have planned for the young entrepreneur to join leather industry and doing all those stuffs, because I have seen that leather is like generation of generation, like it's ancestor wise like an industry. Thank you, sir.
Sit, please.
Thank you.
No, that's, to be honest, you are right. We are exporting only 5 billion. We have been exporting around 6.5, 10 years back. It has come down. But it is not true that we are not looking at the domestic area. Means domestic is the future. That is for sure. As far as the startups are concerned, there is a Government of India policy for the startups, and it is also open to leather industry. We as at Council for Leather Exports, we want to promote the startups. We even want to nominate. We have nominated one person and we want to nominate more people, more startups, if you have a little exports, into our board, so that you are fully aware that how this industry is being run. We are also running a mentoring program where we can mentor the startups on an individual basis, on a collective basis. And Footwear Design Development Institute as well as CLRI, I will talk to Director CLRI also, they can definitely help you in mentoring. So this is, to be honest with you, I came from a different field 50 years back, but I came here for the basic training of the leather. So this is what it is, and I would only say welcome to the industry. So you will be definitely taken care of. There is no doubt about it, I think. And as far as your question that we don't get much information on the internet, because we have been contract manufacturers for last 45, 50 years. Now we are working on our own brands. Once you have the brands, your own brand, there will be a lot of information on the internet about us. So this probably answers to a certain extent your question. Okay?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
There is one last question we can take if there is one. Okay?
We would like to thank the speakers again and the audience for the interactive session. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, all these sessions have been thoughtfully curated, and we would also like to inform you that the upcoming discussion on the topic R&D needs on non-leather footwear materials is there, and we also expect your continued presence, and we would like to break for tea, and we'll also be presenting a memento to our speakers right now. May I request Dr. B. Chandrasekharan, former Director of CSIR-CLRI and present Distinguished Scientist of CSIR-CLRI, to present the memento, please. Thank you, sir. And may I request Dr. B. Chandrasekharan to present the memento to R.K. Jalan, sir, please. May I request sir to present the memento to Shri M. Jahan, sir, please. And sir, may I request sir to present the memento to Shri Saket Kulkarni. And to Shri M. Vishwanathan, sir, please. Thank you, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said, your continued presence is appreciated. We'll break for tea, and we are looking forward to meet you at 12 p.m. for the next session. Thank you so much.